The Telegram or Ton ecosystem has exploded over the past couple of months, and there's definitely still opportunities for people that want to try to grind some of these airdrops and potentially earn a solid amount for free. Now, this video is going to provide a breakdown and some updates on some of the biggest Ton ecosystem projects, and I'm actually doing this video in collaboration with my buddy Lathas. And if you guys like this type of content, then this could potentially become a new series on the channel here. This is an airdrop tracker that he has created. There'll be a link to this down below as well that lists all of these different Ton ecosystem projects. He's grinding these every single day and he's also ranked them. So this is a useful tool. So anyways, yeah, sit back and enjoy this and let me know if you like this type of alpha and if this ecosystem is something that you're interested in seeing more videos on. And if so, we can continue, including potentially with a video with the top 5 or the top 10 projects to focus on moving forward. Enjoy.
Hey everyone, I'm Lathas, and I'm spending a lot of my time at the moment playing Telegram games. This is a new form of airdrop farming, which I think is the new meta, or one of the new metas, especially in onboarding Web 2 users to Web 3. Most of these games are built on the Ton blockchain, and which apparently has hit a high recently of 1.1 million daily active users, so it is pumping. So I'm going to be creating some videos that focus specifically on this whole world, and gives you a slightly different option for airdrop farming in 2024. If you aren't aware, Telegram now has an app store built into the app. Among all these different sort of apps that they have, dexes and whatnot, a lot of these are free tap-based games and are all promising airdrops, with some of them being pretty lucrative by the look of it. So I'm playing as many of these as possible at the moment. I think I've got about 65 on the go at the moment. And I'll keep adding more and more. But I'm going to try and cover as many of them as we can and give you all the daily updates that you need. To keep track of all these games as well, I've made a spreadsheet on Notion that has a tracker for all of these different games, a whole bunch of information in there, and some ratings on where I kind of think they sit at the moment. So if you want to check that out, it is in the description box. There's a link there, and you can access that for free. There's a lot to cover, so let's get straight into the news from the last few days. One of the biggest games in the space is called X Empire. They've just announced that they will be having their TGE soon and their airdrop coming with it. And as of the time of this post, which I think it was 2 days ago, it's 26 days left until the end of farming. You'll see that the 3 really important things is to connect your wallet and your hourly in-game earnings. That's going to be one of the main criteria. And the number and quality of your friends. So quality of friends obviously is how many of those friends are actually playing the game. There'll be several other criteria, it said, but we won't disclose them to the public. Although this game has been going on for a little while already, I still think it's worth jumping on, even though you've only got about a month left. It's important to note that after the mining phase, the project certainly doesn't end. It just transitions to the next level. It sounds like they've got something coming. I've been really impressed with the game and everything they've done around the game. Their communication has been really solid. So I still think this might be worth getting on if you haven't already. X Empire have been partnering with some different people to create new games and new apps that will basically fall kind of into their ecosystem to some degree. So the first one is Hrum. And this one is all about getting a fortune cookie every day. And you get points for that every time you get it. And if you share it with your friends as well. So I think this is something worth getting on. This only just launched the other day. And so August 31st. So I think it's worth getting on that one as well if you are looking for a new game to start. Super simple. You're just getting a fortune cookie every day. That's it. Very simple. Another game that's just started is called Doggyators. Now, I haven't got to spend too much time on this game yet, but this is one that I'm going to start actively farming as well. So I recommend you looking at this game. Make sure you go on and you do your daily rewards. A lot of these games have these. So make sure you jump on and do those every day because that's where a lot of the value is too. Now, whether this is good or bad, some of these games you can't play on your computer. In fact, most of them you can't. If you click on it and try to play the game, you'll see that it comes up and says play on your mobile. So let's switch to my phone real quick and you can see that. The first snapshot has already happened, but we're into the second part of this campaign. Now, if you click on at the top where it says for me, Silver 1, you'll be able to see what ranking you are. You're trying to get stars from doing a whole bunch of different things in the game, and then that's going to put you up this leaderboard. And then when you've got some stars to use, you can go into level up, and it will get you to level up. So I started off as actually a bronze 4, and then I have just progressed up to silver 1 recently as well. It also shows you how many users you're going to overtake by going up to the next tier, which I think is a nice touch. One other thing I wanted to draw your attention to is that it says at the end here, But it doesn't stop there. This is an ongoing initiative to help to market users secure rewards and airdrops from other exciting Web3 projects across multiple chains. So the first event kicks off tomorrow. So we'll be looking out for that and seeing what's happening in that space. I really like this game. This is probably one of my top 5 games at the moment. So get on this one as well. Another game that is probably the biggest one in the space is Hamster Combat. Now they've just done a recent update where they're doing the daily rewards in a different system now. So as you can see, there is 3 weeks, and that kind of coincides with their TGE. So you want to get started on this ASAP. But each day you log on, you get a different reward, which is pretty normal. But what they've changed is it gets bigger and bigger drastically towards the end of the 3 weeks. You also get some skins, which that is a badge that you need in this game as well, is to get a certain number of skins. So if I go to week 2, you can see what you're getting there. And then in week 3, this is where it gets really big. 25 keys is a big deal. They've talked about the keys being the major part of this airdrop potentially. Over these 3 weeks, there are 88 keys in total. And for the record, I only have 59 right now, and I've been playing for about 1.5 months. So that's a lot of keys. And if there's somebody who isn't playing anymore in this month, you can catch them on keys. So definitely get on board with this one. Okay, and the next one is Ton Combat. Now, this game has been around for a little while now, but essentially you can choose which game you want to be a part of when you're in the combat phase here, the house. And so these are all different games inside of the Ton ecosystem. But at the moment, they're doing a Hamster Combat badge. And I think it's that somebody who's played Hamster Combat or has chosen the Hamster Combat house for a period of time in this game. So if you've got the chance, go and join Hamster Combat and then come over to this game and get that badge. I think that's going to be useful for the airdrop as well. Okay, the next game that I've been looking at recently is this Pixel X Farm. Now, this game's been around a little while, but it seems to be growing in users, and a few decently big influencers have been posting about this one recently, and it's starting to grow. So essentially, this is just tapping and you're farming things. You then can upgrade your crops to be getting more. So you can see I'm at 210 at the moment, and it goes up to, I think it's 490. And I've only been playing this for 2 days. Admittedly, I have got an auto clicker on for this game because I was like, well, I'm sure that people will be caught doing this. And so use this sparingly and only on the games that you maybe don't care quite as much. And because this one, I feel like I'm a little bit late to it, I'm okay and willing to do that. But for the big games, I'm definitely not using an auto clicker. So another game with an airdrop soon is Cats. And this one has now got pre-market trading on Gate.io. So you can see it's kind of sitting around this 0.0004 at the moment. You kind of can see in the game what the amount of cats you have. I don't know if that will put like 1-to-1 transfer over into a cryptocurrency. So this is my cats at the moment. You can see how many cats I've got and how you can kind of get them. So it'd be $2.50 at this point. I think it's going to end up being more than that. When it came to dogs, they had a lot of tokens going out in the last few weeks. So I imagine cats will probably do the same. All right, another game that I've just started is called Gems. Now, Gems is co-founded by the Zynga co-founder, the one who created Farmville back in the day on Facebook. This looks like another promising one. I've only just started this, but as I said, big backing from a big name in the Web2 gaming space. All right, just going to go through a few key dates at the moment that I'm noticing. So, Catizen, which is another big game, one of the biggest ones again. Their Catty token is looking like it's listing on September 20th. So make sure that you get the auto bot out and keep your phone or computer awake overnight to try and get up as many levels as possible. They've said that 0 tokens are going to the team or investors until 12 months after TGE. And then they also get a 12-month cliff before they can sell any as well. And then there's also vesting after that. So pretty bullish. There's a pretty big ecosystem being formed in the Catizen world. They've got these different games that are happening now as well. And these games, I think, are going to be a big part of where Catizen continues to drive in the future. And they also have some other games in here that are also going to be doing their own separate airdrop too. From this article in July, they said this about what they looked like their ecosystem was looking like. Pluto Studio, which is the company that's building Catizen, aims to expand Catizen into an attention economy hub, continuously releasing more mini games through its ecosystem platform. This is similar to how Notcoin plans to expand following its May token launch. They said they want to create the Netflix of social viral games. So Notcoin have been really, really good for this space already, and they've already got some other games going on with more coming in the future. So I think this is kind of the way it's going to be going, and Catizen looks like they're well positioned to go on with that as well. All right, next one is Rocky Rabbit. That lists on MEXC and Bing X on September 23rd. So get that in your calendars as well. If you want to get that started, you've still got time. Hamster Combat is going to list on OKX, Bybit, BitGet, Gate.io, and BingX on September 26th. The pre-market price is about 0.1 USDT at the moment. Not sure how many tokens people are going to be getting, how that works yet, but that's the token price at the moment. X Empire mining ends on September 30th, and I'm sure that their TGE will be not long after that as well. Ton Station, they end mining for the Soon token on October 4th. So again, another one to watch. And I think, again, all of these, I think you still have time to get in on. Obviously, people who've been in it for a while have an advantage, but I think there's still a chance for that. And then MemeFi has their TGE on October 9th. So that's one that you've still got over a month to farm. So I think get onto that one. Seems to be like a pretty good looking meme token in the Ton ecosystem. So check that one out. So I'm literally giving you all the alpha that I'm getting and the things that I'm learning as I go. So I haven't looked into all these things very much, but here's another one. This is from Oyster Labs. This is a phone. They want to try and do a similar thing to what they have with the Solana phone. And so this is the Ton phone. So check it out. It looks like it's really good hardware. Not sure how it will go when it comes to the airdrops to come with it. Apparently, people who bought this early have already got about $40 worth of airdrops. It is worth 130, you can see. So looks interesting. And yeah, I don't know. Check it out. Okay, another one, Racecoin. Racecoin they're a meme token. They have just added a new daily streak thing to their game. Every time you enter the game, you get a 0.1 plus multiplier on the points that you've got. For any day that you don't go on, you lose 0.1. So make sure you're getting on every day and doing that. At the moment, I've got 178,000 race. I haven't spent that much time on this game, but you have to get a minimum of 100,000, which is pretty easily doable. You can do this in 2 days using these different boosts and stuff. If you go to your airdrop, you can see here the multipliers at the moment. I've got a 1.5 multiplier, so I'm going to be getting 268,000 race. So seems like a really valuable thing to get on is that multiplier. For those of you that aren't aware, OKX has its own game called OKX Racer. Pretty simple game. Under their surprises tab, you can see that they're giving away 1 billion dogs up for grabs at the moment. It looks like you have to deposit a certain number of dogs or some USDT or whatever onto their platform and then trade that to be eligible for that. So check that out. There's also another one for if you're in those countries, Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, those sort of countries, there seems to be this other one, exclusive CIS Racer campaign. I'm not in one of those countries. I don't really know anything about that one, but check it out if you are. All right, if you've been in this space for a little while, you might have heard of Treasure Tapper. This is one from Gala Games. Now, Gala Games are doing a whole bunch of stuff in not just this space, but across the Web3 gaming space. But they have Treasure Tapper, which is a pretty simple game. Now, you might also note, if I show you Music Coin, you might see some similarities here. That is because that is their game also. It looks like they've just reskinned it. A few days ago, they dropped another one called Dogs for the Founder, and this was about Pavel Durov and how he'd been locked up and whatever. Again, very similar game. And finally, the last one. This one just launched, I think, yesterday or the day before. It's called Gala Coin. Not sure how that's going to work. I have a feeling that they're all going to intersect in some way. And if you're playing all the different games, you might get a different airdrop. So I think playing all four just makes sense at this time. PocketFi, which are a swap tool, they have launched a new sniping feature, which I think is going to be really handy for selling your tokens that you get from these airdrops really quickly. I haven't looked into how it works yet, but looks like it could be really helpful. 0.9% sniping fee as soon as it lists on StoneFi DEX. So if you've been playing Kororo Ranch, I'm not really sure if that's how you pronounce it, but that's a fun little game that's going on at the moment. Looks like that they're building this game, and it looks like it's coming out soon, Kororo Wilds. So I have a feeling that if you're playing the Kororo Ranch game, you're going to get some benefit in this game and probably their token as well. So this game looks kind of fun. So I'm going to keep playing Kororo Ranch and get ready for this one. Tap Coins is a game that has been going on for a little while now, and they're launching their token Tap at the moment. The main factors were points per hour, keys, friend count, referrals, and general activity. So you have to go on and claim the airdrop daily, apparently, for the next week or so. Not sure when it's starting, but it is starting soon. So I'll look out for that one as well. Okay, next, if you've been playing birds, you'll know that you've been upgrading your egg. It seems like the birds are now going to be hatching out of their eggs, and it looks like you're probably going to need to feed them in the worms that you've been collecting as well. Yeah, it says your birds just hatched. Hello world, birds come in peace. Let's fly together. But what can birds do? Chirp, chirp. We pray twice per day for lots of birds and worms. So the birds token you look like you can use as well, or worms that you get as well every 3 to 4 hours. It's very similar to Seed by the look of it. So if you haven't started this one already, you're probably going to be able to get in with the egg, and you're just getting into a new phase of the game. So it makes sense. It's a good time to start that one as well. All right, and then we've got Major. So Major has had a bit of a minor update, you might say here, mainly to the reward section. So obviously you have your daily bonus as usual, but then if you go into games now, you have 3 different options. It used to be just the hold coin and the roulette, but they've now added this swipe coin game as well. They've also changed the UI a little bit. Every 8 hours, you can jump on and play these games, or you can spend some stars, some Telegram stars, to be able to play that game more often as well. It's Editor Lathaz here, and I just remembered that I need to talk about this game. This is called Bits. This one launched yesterday or 2 days ago, and so it's a great time to jump in. Basically, you have to just come on every 3 hours, I believe it is, click on a button that says farm. There are some tasks that you can go through as well, inviting some friends and whatnot. Inside of the tasks, I like this new everyday reward feature they've just added into the game. You can see here a good little tracker here, and it looks like if you get to the end of the first month, there'll also be even more at the end there as well. So I think this is a good one to jump on. As I said, it only started 2 days ago. They literally just did an update about half an hour ago, and that is what this new visual look is. If you've been on it before, you might not recognize it, but this is the same game. So anyway, back to previous Lathas. I know this is a longer video. Hopefully, every day won't be this long, but I'm just trying to go over some of the updates from the last few days. Make sure if you want to use the tracker in the description, you can use that to keep track of all of these games and know how often you need to jump onto all of them to maximize your airdrop. Final thing, I'm active in the Krypto Cove Discord in the Ton channel, so reach out to me there if you want to chat to me about any of these things. If you find any other new games that you want me to cover as well, I'm really interested in adding more to my game list as well, and to the spreadsheet too. So hit me up and let's chat ton games. Good luck, everyone.